Hi everyone, it's Angela. I hope that you guys have been good and groovy since the last time that you saw me. Today's video is about learning to love again. And I already recorded this video, but I didn't quite like the overall effect of the video. So I'm re-recording, and I have a smile on my face because I didn't plan to do it right this minute. I have a few things to do today. Today is an off day. I've got some errands to run, but I was really inspired. And the reason I was inspired because I was watching Oprah. I just had Oprah on the TV there, but I thought, well, let me turn that off just in case copyright, what have you. Oprah was in this interview and she was talking about her school in Africa. And she was talking about she had made this beautiful place for the girls to live and to learn, and she had picked out all the sheets and all these beautiful material aesthetic things, and all of the girls were experiencing, they were running through the halls crying. There was all these things happening with the girls that were leaving them just not happy, and she couldn't understand, and she reached out to a spiritual professional, and he was like, they're experiencing PTSD. And he was saying that when you come from an environment where you are in survival mode and you are just trying to worry about where you're getting your next meal or how you're going to survive, that to move into a new environment can be quite traumatizing. And let's just shut my patio door. My apartment is not that big. I had a light bulb moment because I've gotten some feedback in the comments before about me being an overthinker and an over analytical person, and that's just who I am. And in the beginning of my YouTube career, if you will, that did sort of bother me. I'm a people pleaser, and so I want my audience to be really happy with the content that I produce. I had just recently made peace with the fact that this is how I do YouTube. If it changes, it will change. But I love making videos. It's cathartic. It's cathartic for me. But I also know that there is a message, and I know that I have good intent. And I want to give you guys a little backstory. I'm going to talk about, this is part of me learning to love again. And, as you learn lessons in life, you gain clarity. And I want to give you guys a bit of my backstory. I have a very highly traumatic background. PTSD was something that I didn't know about, but once I really learned about it, I have a book over here that one of my girlfriends gave me about PTSD that I've not been able to get through completely because it's so triggering. Let's see what the name of that book is, because maybe it can help someone. Oh, this is it. This is it. This book, The Body Keeps Score, Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma. There you guys are. By Bessel van der Kolk. And it is written by, I think, a psychiatrist who has dealt with a lot of PTSD. I think he was one of the pioneers in PTSD and getting that qualification. And this is the book. It's a great book, but it's highly triggering. And it's highly triggering in that it's just, when you face a lot of trauma, it pushes it in your face. And so I'm on this sort of lifelong journey of learning to love myself again because of the amount of trauma that I experienced in my life. There have been moments in my life where I thought I was good, prior to transition. I transitioned in my 30s. I lived a life as a seen gay male in society, effeminate, but a seen gay man in society. And I thought that, I had dealt with a lot of my childhood trauma. And then I transitioned, and then life saw me completely different, not only as a woman, but, and the world started to see me differently, and I had new experiences, and in some ways I was re-traumatized and re-triggered, although I didn't have the language for that at the beginning of my transition. And this learning to love again, my backstory, I've come from so much so much trauma. I am a sexual abuse survivor. I am a survivor of emotional abuse. I am the survivor of physical abuse. I am the survivor of mental abuse. I have experienced them all, some within the family unit, some outside of the family unit. And so there are a lot of things that I find, even at this time in my life, at 47, that I am still overcoming. I'm currently not in therapy, and for my own reasons, it's very difficult. I live in Indiana. I really want a trans therapist of color. It's what I would prefer. It's very difficult to come by, but I do as much healing as I can currently on my own. I have been in therapy though. I just want to put that out there. And so my intention with my videos is to share what I learned, because I know I'm not the only one who goes through these things. And I just assume that a lot of you who do watch probably are drawn to me and are attracted to me because of your own traumas and limitations. And that's it. And so I was really inspired, and you know, watching that Oprah interview really encouraged me to continue to do the work that I'm doing. And I don't know, I felt immediately sort of assured, and so that's where I'm at. Now we can dive into the story. And on that note, we'll have a bit of wine. I'm drinking one of my favorites. This is I think it's Louis. Oh, I don't know. I'll find the bottle. I'll put it in the put it in the description. It's one of my favorite wines. It's a red. It's a French. It's a Beaujolais. I really enjoy it. When in doubt, go French. The French make, in my opinion, the best reds. And I am a red aficionado. And so, cheers. Let's talk about healing and loving. This is this brand's cheapest, and it's still smooth. It's akin to like a Pinot Noir, but a little lighter, a little rounder, if you will. So I went to my Christmas holiday party the other day. Now, I have a history with Christmas. Christmas has not always been a happy time for me for a few different reasons. One is that we grew up financially challenged, and I did not always get what I wanted for Christmas. And some years we got lean things. And it was also a confusing time for me, because now as an adult I can recognize I'm not somebody who always needs a lot. But even now, my consumption, my commercial consumption has a lot to do with the way the world sees me. And so it was hard going to school, not being able to report what I got for Christmas when all the other kids were getting so much. And then also, when I did get gifts, they weren't always the gifts that I wanted, because I am a child. I am a person of trans experience. And so as a child, you know, I wanted girl things, I got boy things. And my parents made it a point to masculinize me at every opportunity. So, you know, there's that. So there's trauma associated with Christmas. And, you know, I don't have a consistent giving history, and I don't have a consistent gift receiving history. I am someone who has lost a lot of gifts that people have given me. Anything delicate that anyone has ever given me, I've broken. And it wasn't until I got older and realized that that's probably more psychological and spiritual than just happenstance. I remember once my sister gave me a beautiful mirror for my first apartment, and I put it in the back of my car and left it in the car too long. I put it in the trunk, set shit on it, and broke it. And it was just a sort of not appreciating and not being in a position to receive. I think on a subconscious level, I did not think I deserved nice things. I know one of my best friends in the world, did he go to Africa? Oh yeah, he went to Africa and bought me back this beautiful elephant statue. I dropped it and broke it before I could even get it out of his apartment. Those kinds of things. And so I have this really strong concerted effort to do better with love and giving and receiving in my life. And so here we are, Christmas time, and I haven't bought anyone a single gift except for my coworker for gift exchange. And I was nervous, y'all. I was nervous because am I going to get the right thing? I don't really know this person that well. I have guards up at work because of past trauma and PTSD, so I only allow myself to bond so much. I have been someone who sort of leans into formality and professionalism because it's easier for me. I can protect myself and not worry that I'm going to be hurt by opening myself up to these people. And so, I learned last year at our Christmas exchange, like, oh my God, my coworkers go in. We are all six-figure earners at my job. And so, they spare no expense to a degree. Like, we had a limit, I think, of $20 or $30, and they were buying each other jewelry and clothes. And I was like, oh my God, I happened to get my boss, and I bought her Starbucks gift card. And so I rectified that later by going out and buying her all this makeup and stuff because she loves makeup. And I really was allowing myself to tune into who she is and what she liked. But I typically go through the world with a bit of a wall up and my guards on. And so I knew going into this gift exchange, was going to allow myself to do more, but I didn't really. So I got a coworker who I just found myself hesitating, right? I wanted to go to this clothing store that I know he likes and buy him some shirts. There's a store called Untucked. For those of you who are shoppers, you probably know that store. And I wanted to go and buy him some shirts and get him some funny little dirty cards because he's always being really dirty at work. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, it's too inappropriate. And then what if he takes it the wrong way that I'm getting him the shirts? Maybe and all these things. The excuses of why I wasn't following my intuition don't matter. It's just the fact that I had excuses because I've got these mechanisms in my brain that want to keep me safe, want to keep me from feel shame or be fooled or be made fun of. And even at 47, I'm still unpacking all of this stuff, right? And so I know he loves chocolate. Oh my gosh, since he's been working at the store, guys, we all eat too much. All of our wastes have expanded. We eat candy constantly at my job. And so I went to a really nice chocolatier store and bought him some expensive chocolates. And I ended up getting him a Starbucks card. And I know, old habits die hard. But he happened to say the other day, oh, I would be fine with just, some chocolate and some Starbucks. And I was like, oh, great, because that's what I did. And so I felt really good. So cut to the party. Do I need to, like, what, to lubricate my throat with a bit of red wine? Okay. So, cut to the party, and it was beautiful. We went to my boss's house, and we're sitting by the fire, and one of my coworkers, two of my coworkers have been working at this job together for about 10 years. And so they know each other really well. And so he didn't go first, but when it came to them, he prefaces like, I know, I just want to say that Amy and I have known each other really, really long time. And I've never gotten her for Secret Santa, so I really wanted to go all in. So she's ruffling through her bag and she pulls out this Tiffany box. And then we all go up. We're like, oh my God, he got her jewelry, And then she's opening the Tiffany box and he got these beautiful pair of pearls. I have my pearls for the story. And they were just gorgeous and she's crying and we're all like emotional. And like the gift giving is so emotional and like everybody got things that were really, really well intended for the person. A lot of sentiment was involved. No one, and thank God I didn't stick to the $30 budget, but no one stuck to the budget. I told you guys, oh no, I didn't because I deleted that video, but I got a Michael Kors purse because I've been talking about how much I want a new purse, but I'm not good at picking out purses and I want this and I want that. And one of my coworkers is also, she's a hairstylist and she's also a clothing stylist. And so I'm always going to her about my look and what I should purchase. And so she got me a purse. And I'm sitting there, I'm watching this all go down, guys. I'm watching all the gift giving and I'm just like, I'm literally like this because we're all a little tipsy and we have really good food. And I'm like, this is beautiful. Like, what I've learned at this job about making more money, one of the keys that I learned about making more money was, it's it's scalable. Maybe you easily make six figures and you want to scale yourself to seven or whatever it is. But one of the things I learned is that I had to be open to receiving and realizing that I deserve a six-figure income, right? And so there's a lot of giving that happens. One of my coworkers, we've talked a lot about it, and he's like, you've got to be willing to let the money go. You can't be so fixated on it that you are hoarding it, and you've got to give. It's part of it, And watching my coworkers give was really a lesson of love and watching them take care of each other in that way, and not feeling that they had to hoard what they had. And even in this moment, I recognize I've got this feeling of hoarding because I had so little, and so I had to protect what little I had. And now I'm in a place of abundance, and like I tip better. I am more willing to do more. I'm more willing to give if a friend needs within reason, because what I've also realized is that you can't just be giving, 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 because some people will take advantage of you. But I've gone through my life so much on guard that I've missed out in allowing my coworkers in, and I still don't have the relationships that I think I could at work. Maybe I don't want to beat myself up, but because I've been so guarded, but watching my coworkers take care of each other in this way, unabashedly, was just like this lesson on love. My coworkers are well aware of my dating status because those are the types of things that we talk about. And there was a guy who would come and see me at work that my coworkers knew really liked me a lot, and but I'm not into casual dating. I'm dating for purpose, and I want a husband because it's something that I want. And I'm realizing through this journey of wanting to set myself up to vibrate on a level to attract a man who's looking for what I'm looking for, has made me realize I need to be exuding the kind of love that I want to receive. Really means that I'm on this self-learning journey, self-loving journey, self-healing journey, and I'm learning to be vulnerable. And it's not about just being vulnerable with a potential husband, a potential man in my life, but even with my coworkers, with the people who I allow in my space. As a trans woman, as someone from a lot of trauma, I have all these walls up and guards up that I don't let people in, and that keeps me out. And people see that, when you don't want to let people in, they see that, I'm sure I know that I've missed opportunities in relationships. I've messed up some relationships. I'm in a position where I'm taking responsibility. I was seeing a guy for a minute who now I can look back with maturity and say, oh, he really liked me. But I really didn't give him a chance. Because I was waiting for him to hurt me. That was my mindset. And so I was always looking for something. And I just had this lesson. I was sitting on the couch, the heat from the fire, and I'm watching my coworkers love on each other, and allowing myself to be loved on, and allowing myself to be seen was huge. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing for me to be experiencing the healing, but also learning the lesson at the same time that I can be open. And if I am hurt, I can heal past it and get over it. But I also may not be hurt. I may be loved. I may be celebrated. I may, be treated with respect, kindness, and love, And I sometimes worry that when I make a video like this that it's going to seem ridiculous, or it's going to seem hokey, or it's going to seem weird. But in this moment, I can say I really don't care about any of that, because I have been learning so much, and I'm learning to love myself, and I'm learning to receive love, and I'm seeing how it plays out in life. And I really wanted to share that message with you guys. I'm going to leave it here because, well, you guys know why. But the lesson is simple. It's about being open. It's about being open to receiving, and that's where I'm at. And I'm so wholly grateful for the love of my life. I'm really grateful for this gratitude journey that I started 2 years ago. My life is just so completely different. I think I said it before. If I haven't said it before, 2 years ago, it's 2021 and 2019. Was it 2019? Maybe 2.5 years ago, I was living in my car, you guys. And if I haven't told you the story, talk about it in the comments. Let me know, and I'll give you the story. I can't recall in this moment, but that's my story. It's something I'm still dealing with the shame of it all, but it was purposeful in a way. But my life is just so completely different because I allowed healing to happen and I made myself a priority. I understand now that I've got to fill my cup up, and so that whatever runneth over is for those in my life, people that I want to treat well, people that I want to love. If I want to love, I've got to love on myself first. If I want to give, I've got to give to myself first. I got to make sure that my cup is completely full, and all the beautiful frothiness that runs over is for everyone else. I'll leave it here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. I love you guys so much. Peace and blessings. Bye.